So I put down, because I didn't know how to quite phrase this, but I said old passions become new, because two things that I've always loved have come back around in my life. First off, though, because I had my birthday this week, and people like Joe made sure that it got spread across all the communities. Thank you, everybody, for all that. And I learned that Casey J, otherwise known as old dead baby turtle, so not new, but old. Dead. But see, I always say, Casey J, stop taking Joe's side on the air and then being cool as dead baby turtle on TikTok. I like dead baby turtle. He's my favorite. But I learned that Casey was born the same week, and so lots of fun things, and small podcast world. He knows Frank Allen because Phil was on, and I was talking about how Casey's my favorite Australian, and I worked with Frank Allen and his Toy Power crew with Giant Size Team Up, and that's long since gone, but he still follows them, and I mean, it's just cool. Like, he found Giant Size Team Up because of Pokemon Go podcast, and I think that's how he told the story. So I want to say happy birthday, Casey. That was that long story. But when I met my wife, I was playing drums and a couple different groups and doing stuff like that. It really kept me going. I had a kit for a long time, and ultimately, after having my first kid, I really got more into podcasting, and I needed some podcasting gear. So I sold my kit. I did that, and I don't regret it. I mean, 21 years later, I'm going strong. But I did finally, I've been thinking about it for probably 2 years or so, getting a electric drum kit, because real kits are stupid loud. So you're restricted to when you can play them, and this and that. And then they take up some space and whatever. So yeah, for my birthday, I asked for an electric drum kit, and my wife got it for me. And that's been a lot of fun. I was actually doing it tonight before the show, and rusty. I mean, not as bad as I thought it would have been, because I haven't literally played in at least 15 years, and you still can do a lot of the things. It's not like day one, but it is not where I left it. I can tell you that. And then I held off on getting Borderlands 4, and if you know me, I love the game Borderlands. I've loved the entire series. I've owned them all, beat them all. I've just been playing back through 3 for the last year, playing a different character, just trying something new, different, and almost pre-ordered the game. But Phil Keating made a point, because I mean, things are getting so much more expensive now, and that's fine, because I got probably 5 years of play out of Borderlands 2, and I'll still go back to that and play it easily. And fair enough. I am not going to begrudge $120 for a game, for the top tier game, because you then get the extra content of the extra characters. There's at least 2 extra characters they promise that come with their own new stories and extra other things. So content is what I'm paying for. But Phil was like, we know he and I both had hyped up Borderlands 3 and bought it day of, or we pre-ordered it, and we did a stream together. And man, the bugs hit him and didn't hit me. And like every time we'd load in, his computer would lock up. I mean, it really tanked an experience for him. And I felt bad going through that experience with him, because I wasn't having those problems, but I felt for him. And that's game day launch now. I mean, that's the world we live in. Yep. And so I was like, you know what? You're right, Phil. I want to really love the game for what it is, or what it is not, right? Because there's the pre-sequel that was whatever. But I want to have an accurate appreciation of it, not a buggy one. And then in about 6 months, they will probably put it on sale, and I can get what I want out of it for half the price. And so I was going to wait. And my son heard me talk about that, saying that whole story, and Oakland, and he decided to go out and get it for me. So I actually have Borderlands 4 and I've been playing it. It's awesome.
Nice.
All 4 characters are great. Only 2 really resonate for me, because I play them all till they get their power, and you try their powers out, and then just pick the one I want to do the whole story with. The art is fantastic. It's a whole new set of rules, because they're on a whole different, and they tell a whole different story about the planet, because it's a whole different planet, it's a whole different everything. Just Vault Hunters are Vault Hunters. And Claptrap is still there for some reason, even though it's nothing to do with the other storyline yet. Anyway, the controls they've added, they've added basically jetpacks and uh, laser grapples, and it flows. It's a good improvement. I'm very much enjoying the new set of powers. So that's what I'm nerding out about. And I still will wait for the sale and buy the souped up premium pack upgrade because I want those extra characters in those extra levels.
Gosh, I so wanted to buy the new Metal Gear Solid Delta whole remake thing because I loved that game back in the day. Good Lord. But it is so pricey right now. I'm like, oh, my wallet cannot handle that.
Yeah, and we've got the fall sales coming,
right?
Sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, might as well wait till you get the right price for what you want.
Yeah, play one of those other games that you haven't played, but you bought a long while back. While you wait for it to go on sale.
I've been doing that. I've been playing through Halo Reach again because I love that campaign.
There you go.
It's funny because Joe and I both worked with people in media that's a huge thing, and we may have just triggered Phil who listens. But yeah, I've never done that. Have you guys? Honestly, have you done the whole buy? I mean, I bought a Humble Bundle one day to give stuff away, so I don't count that because I didn't buy it to play all the games. I gave Joe some codes. I've been handing them out to my kids wanted to try stuff, whatever. But have you just bought games that are just sitting in your Steam or your Xbox library or whatever, and that you don't play or haven't played?
I've got a couple in there that I have played very little, but I bought them because I've got Steam Family and I knew my kids would like it.
Okay, there you
go. So they'll get around to it. A couple of the games I don't think they've touched much, but I did see one of them. Old Jebediah was downloading it to play it on his computer. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be good. Yeah.
I'm not a PC gamer at all. Never have been. Console player all the way. But I've got Xbox Game Pass for that.
Yeah.
For the same reason, like for having easy stuff for my kids to play if they want to, even though all they play is Minecraft. But just always having that option to play something if I want it and need it. And there's definitely been several games where like, yeah, I'll try this. Played it once for maybe an hour and never went back to it.
Yeah. Well, and you never know when your kids are going to get obsessed with something that you haven't touched in ages.
Oh, yeah.
So like a couple weeks back, my oldest, he started playing Final Fantasy VII. And so now my other boys are like, oh, I want to play Final Fantasy. Well, we've got a bunch of the different Final Fantasy games. And so they've been consuming those a lot. And the reason why my oldest wanted to play Final Fantasy VII, or at least the reason he told me he wanted to play it, is because he saw that we had the Final Fantasy VII Advent Children movie. And he was like, I want to watch it. I'm like, you got to beat the game first. Because this is a sequel to the game. Like the movie is a sequel to the game. So I'm like, you got to beat the game first. I'm not letting you watch it until you beat the game. So he beat it last week, and we'll probably watch it on Saturday. So, but
yeah, and I've got some games like that where like I've played it since it came out, and I've bought it on several systems since just to play it again and again. Like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I will play that on anything it comes out on just to freaking play it again because I love that game. There's one that came out on the Sega Saturn that I loved called Guardian Heroes. Nobody remembers it because it was on the Sega Saturn.
So Guardian Heroes was actually talked about at Southern Fried Gaming Expo this past year.
Holy crap, I love that game.
Bobby Blackwolf and Rob Roberts did a panel of video games you've never heard of, and that was one of the ones that they were talking about. But
so good.
Yeah, I think we've done this as a question of the week before about what games have you purchased the most copies of, and for me it was Final Fantasy 7 and 8. I think I've purchased those like 4 or 5 times each on various places. But yeah, good stuff.